Alright, so now this video is being created so we can take a look at Zach's essay. He's chosen to write in response to the essay topic that asks you to examine stereotypes and the effects of stereotypes as seen in a couple of poems. So let me go ahead and let you see the first essay here quickly. Obviously, he's going to be analyzing Nicky Rosa and How to Write the Great American Indian Novel by Sherman Alexie. And so let's look at this first body paragraph. All right. So now, based on this sentence right here, I'm not reading anything else. I'm thinking that this poem is, or this paragraph is only going to go over Nicky Rosa and the stereotypes that are found in that poem. All right. So I don't know if it's a good topic sentence yet. I have to read the rest of the paragraph. So in lines 1 and 2 of the poem, Giovanni says, well, one thing that we have to remember here is that we have to separate the speaker from the poet. So it's not Giovanni that says anything, it's the speaker. All right. Now, always a drag if you're black. What you want to do here now is make sure that you are separating the slash here, which you're using correctly, so you're fine, from, you can use space here and a space here. Okay. Now what I would ask now is, why is this down here? It's not, you're not starting a new paragraph, so let's bring this up here. Oh, we got a problem with formatting. Okay, let me go back and let me see here. Right. This needs to be moved up there. All right, so we don't want to do that because you've formatted some way I can't really change, Zach. So just know that you've got, this is right here, this space right here is too much. So let's move that up here. This is a very common stereotype of the entire African American culture. While in some instances it may be true, it is not only African American children who are subject to rough childhoods. Now, one thing I'd like to say here for everybody is, one thing that's good, that Zach is doing correctly, is he's giving us a line. He's providing me with a line. And he's not just assuming that I, as a reader, that I'm going to suddenly figure out that, okay, this is a stereotype. He's not like moving on to another line. He's offering analysis. Whether or not I agree with it is not the point here. He has analysis. A certain percentage of children from every ethnic group will have rough childhoods. Now, one of the things that I might say in regards to the content is I'd say, well, you bring up an interesting point. However, the speaker is black. Why would she state here that her childhood remembrances are always a drag? Now, I don't know if you're going to go on and explain, but she does go on in the poem to challenge this assertion or assumption that she makes. Lines 6 and 7 help affirm the stereotype by saying, so here I want to say something, this is for everybody, right? I'm going to make a comment here. Check your wording. Lines don't speak or say. Speakers do. So lines 6 and 7 help affirm the stereotype. What I would do here is take out by saying and then put a colon. They never talk about how happy you were to have your mother all to yourself. All right? Imagine how, and I would, here one thing, I'll put a comment here. Don't refer to you nor I. No first person, no second person. Okay? All right. Imagine how your child would have been growing up in a single parent home. No one to greet you when you got home from grade school. No one to help you around your homework or tuck you into bed at night. Okay, these are fragments. Okay? But I'm not so worried about that as much as I am possibly about, I think you probably need here to clarify this pronoun. Who does the speaker refer to here? And so they, who is it, Jack? Who are they? Right, her biographers. And so what kind of biographers are they? Remember, they're white. They are white biographers. They're not black biographers. They're not Latino biographers. They're white biographers. So I think you need to clarify that, who that is. Your mom is working long hours day in and day out. Okay, I would probably here perhaps rephrase so you can show your audience that the speaker here assumes that her white biographers will make these assumptions. Like there's assumptions going on here. And these assumptions are based on stereotypes, are based on what we don't or may not know, since we are not in that situation. And I'm saying we here not as to all, but those people that she thinks. They're not in a situation. They're not black. They're not poor. They're going to think that, you're falling into it here in a way, right, by saying, but it may not be true. While this is a child described in the poem, it is not the child for every black child, nor is it really the childhood for every black child who lives in the inner city, in an urban area. So what I like about this goes to everybody now, and this is about a 7-minute video here, is that he does have a good topic sentence. And I'm going to stress this to everybody. Does he bring up the other poem in here? No, he doesn't. So the topic sentence works. I think I probably would do something different here. Let's look at this word here. What's wrong with several? Exactly. What's the stereotype that you bring up, Zach? All right, but we don't want to use a line in a topic sentence. So let's try to, in Nikki Giovanni's poem, Nikki Rosa, the speaker emphasizes or analyzes or studies or whatever, emphasizes what she considers to be possible stereotypes of what it might be like to grow up black and poor. However, really, you probably need to lengthen this paragraph to include some references to her poverty. Okay, because you do a good job of establishing she's black because she says she's black. However, you don't really get into the fact that she's poor. You refer to, they never talk about how happy you were to have your mother all to yourself. That doesn't mean that she's from a single parent family, but there are some images in there of her poverty. She mentions her poverty. I'd bring that in. Okay. So I'm going to stop here, and you have any questions? And I can answer these on the video.
Wouldn't she be stereotyping since she always says it's a white person that is going to...
Yes, she might. Now, the question is, wouldn't she be stereotyping by thinking that a white person would feel this way? Perhaps she's making an assumption here, right? But what Zach needs to do is, if that's going to be something he's going to talk about, he's going to talk about that in a different body paragraph. That's a good question, and it's up to him to determine if he wants to really get into that. Okay? But the thing is, those here, it's going to be in a different paragraph. All right? Good question. I'm going to click on